welcome. Today is Monday, the 15th of July, a very much talked about day recently. But I do want to start with a dream, actually, that I had on July 1st, just for the YouTube peeps. And then we'll get into more recent events. So July 1st, I put an audio recording in Telegram in the subscribers group that I've got. And there's something about these Mondays. So this was Monday the 1st in the afternoon after a nap, coming out of a nap at about 6:30 in the early evening. So the dream was I was outside in my yard, but it actually wasn't really my yard, but apparently it was, with my girlfriend. And we were setting up all of these areas outside to spend a lot more time out there because the weather was just extraordinary, beautiful blue sky. And it was all very sort of bohemian looking. We were putting these tapestry rugs on the ground and we had a blow up trampoline. I don't know how. And we put that on one of them, and we put another seating area, and then we had a cooking area so we could just cook outside, and we had a space where we could sleep. And we were having a lot of fun setting this all up, making it look pretty. And then in a matter of seconds, it went dark and looked up, and the sky was just covered in black clouds. And it was like, where the fuck did that come from? And then lightning started to strike, and it was striking the ground all around us and striking us directly. And it would hit the ground and bounce off the ground and hit us. So it was kind of like freaking out and terrifying. But then after a few of these strikes, realizing that we weren't being hurt by them, but still scrambling, looking for shelter. And we ran to the back of the yard where the grass was quite long, and we laid down trying to hide in the grass. The lightning stopped, but then above our heads in the sky was like gold. You know, it's a firework that, well, you can't do it anymore, but the firework that you could hold and a shooter, it would just shoot sparks. After we used them as weapons on each other, they banned them. It was like that, but it was these gold sparks flying across the sky, and some of them were also coming down and hitting us. Again, not hurting us though. Then that stopped, and the sky or the light came back in, but because now it was still very much cloud covered, but now they were white, fluffy clouds. And then in the clouds, there would be areas that would start to spin and form basically like a UFO. And there'd be one, and then another one would form over here, and another one. And then, so as that was sort of spinning and forming, you could see the blue sky behind it. So it was still very much daytime. And then there was it was a weird blob of color that sort of, I don't know how to explain this, but almost like if you're putting oil in water, that you get that texture and that effect, but imagine it was done with paints. It was really quite strange. And then from behind us in the sky was again this sort of shooting lights, and it was taking out these spaceships. And we got so excited at this point. We're jumping up and down, and we're like, yay, this is awesome, it's happening. And the ones that were shooting out these spaceships very much had a home feel to it. It was like Lulu was all over it. That was her energy. And my girlfriend's going, Layla. And we very much had the feeling that whoever this was, home or otherwise, they could see us, they could feel us, we could feel them. And it was like, this is for you. Here's the show. Yeah. And then I turn around, and in the sky is this huge, all the clouds had cleared, and there was a huge window, literally like a viewing window in the sky. And there was a woman on the other side. looking in. Very human, not galactic in any way, nothing, just an attractive woman in maybe her late 30s, mid-30s, brown hair, in a ponytail, and she's just watching, and it's like, and she's intently watching, like she's overseeing this event that's happening. And she was just there for the whole world to see. Because it didn't seem to matter where, the feeling was it didn't seem to matter where you were in the world, you could see this woman looking in through the viewing window. And so since then, I've seen all of this talk of, July 15, Sky event, all of that, and the different ideas about what that could be, including Blue Beam, completely manufactured, it'll all be fake. My personal experience of this dream was that it wasn't manufactured by the bad guys, but it was manipulated, you could say, because it was designed to be seen. This could have gone on unseen, but the manipulation part was, no, we're going to let this be seen. And also, those of you who've been looking at all of this have probably come across Dick Algire and his stuff around it. And he talked about the vagus nervous system and, so that's talked about. The conversation around that has been that there'll be some kind of collective manipulated DMT experience, because our vagus nerve will be manipulated, and the vagus nerve and its role in who we are and our connection to the construct came in for me in about 18. And how do I put this? Just like in the Matrix movie, it's like we are connected, plugged into this construct and to these avatars in that spot at the back of the neck, the vagus. And it should be, is in every other bloody construct, through the heart. And some of us did go through a period in 18 and 19 of feeling unplugged from there, unplugged from the old, or unplugged from that part of the system and plugged in at the back of the heart, or feeling the connection point move down to the heart. So if Dick is right, that there is some sort of connection to the vagus nervous system, it could be, because I am forever hopeful and an optimist, that collectively, if an event like this does take place, that it includes unplugging people from the old and plugging them into the new, taking them from a head plug to a heart plug, head point connection, heart connection. That's my positive spin on it, because I'm not getting anything about this being contrived and manipulated and negative. And I could just be being a Pollyanna, maybe, but it's just not what I've got. So that's my take on all of that.